moment.
Welcome, everybody, to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's digital sports network, live from my bookie studios. It is Thursday, April 29th. You know what that means, my friends. It is officially draft day. We have finally made it to the big day. I'm your girl, Pilar Lastra. We've got D-Mac in the house. We've got Tom Mazawey.
Merry Christmas,
here.
everyone.
Exactly. Happy Super Bowl, really.
Happy New Year.
We've got Fish in the Fishbowl, Eazy D behind the glass, Luke manning all of our social media. So make sure that you're hitting us up, like always, at Woodward Sports across the board. And, of course, we love hearing you guys on the phone. Give us a call, 313-552-6322. Let us know your opinions about what is going on today. All right, Maz. We got a lot of draft talk to talk about today, so why don't you kick things off with your sports update?
I will, and we're going to lead, of course. It's all NFL draft today, but we're going to tell you about what else is going on today. And we're brought to you by our good friends at mybookie.ag. Don't forget, when you go on MyBookie, use the promo code Woodward. They match your first bonus, your first deposit up to $1,000. Big sports day in Detroit. 2 Tiger games, the Red Wings and Pistons are playing. And the Lions pick 7th tonight in the NFL draft. We're 5 hours away. Tigers, White Sox rained out last night. They play a twilight doubleheader tonight. Starting the 7 innings, starting at 5 o'clock. Casey Mize, Carlos Rodon, the Game 1 matchup. Matthew Boyd against Dylan Cease in Game 2. How about the main man, Miguel Cabrera? You know he's going for all the records this year. Trying to hit 500 homers. Trying to hit 3,000 hits in 1 year. Right now, he is just 1 hit away from tying the great Babe Ruth with 2,872 hits. John Keating caught up with Miggy.
With your next hits, you will tie Babe Ruth for hits.
Whoa!
When you were growing up, could you have ever imagined something like that?
No chance. No chance. No, I don't really think about that. I mean, it's really cool, you know, be part next to Baby Ruth with me. That's great. That's awesome. I never in my life I was think I'm gonna hit like too many here hitting right now. So I mean, I'm being blessed. I would say thank God every day for this opportunity. For me in my career, I'll never take something for granted. You know, I go out there and play. Doesn't matter like how people can talk about me bad or good. I mean, I don't really care. I'm going there and do my job. That's it.
Oh man, we love that guy. We come on, Miggy. Get it going. Let's get those records locked and loaded. Cardinals pitcher last night. Check this out, folks. Genesis Cabrera is his name. Plays for the St. Louis Cardinals. They're playing the Phillies. Bryce Harper is up to bat. This is 97 miles an hour. Check this video out.
Finished that rookie year with a 270. Oh man, hit him right in the face. It deflected into his face.
Where's the D-Mac? Oh no. We needed the D-Mac. Oh no there.
Finished that rookie year with a 270. Oh man. Finished that rookie year with a 270. Oh man, hit him right in the face.
You're a savage, man.
Oh, you know what?
It deflected into his face.
There's more.
Oh
but wait, there's more.
God.
I don't care who.
Wow. That one was an accident, wasn't it? I mean,
Bring the volume down a little, Easy.
I don't.
All right, listen. He got hit in the face. He's leaving the game. He looks okay. But the kicker is, you can't take that pitcher out yet because Major League Baseball has the 3-batter rule in effect. Now watch. This is the next guy up.
Going from the Phillies
the next guy up is going to get hit as well.
And he hits Didi.
What the heck?
Now, and Didi goes down.
Joe Girardi's going to come out now, the manager of the Phillies.
97 to Bryce Harper.
This is what's going to suck. They're going to warn both teams now, probably. Oh, it's the big leagues. If your command's that dang bad, get out. Or go somewhere else. Hey, see Andrew saying something to him. I don't blame him.
That was 95
Two
to Didi
pitches,
Gregorius.
one in the face. Yeah, now warn both teams so we can't hit anyone.
And there's no brawl? There's
Nope.
no fight?
There's
Not
warnings.
allowed.
Yes, of course.
Here's the warnings.
And
Here
Joe
comes
is
Joe.
not happy about that. So
Yeah.
he's out of the game. Of course, that would happen. He's right, too. Joe threw him out first, and then James Hoy. Finished that rookie year with a 270.
Anyway, if
man.
it kept playing, Joe will go on and say,
Easy did that on purpose
Easy,
to
bring it
catch
down,
your
Easy.
reaction.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
if it went out,
That's a good one.
if it played out, and Easy refused to play it out. Anyway, if it played out, he tells the pitcher, throw the effing ball over the plate, and then Mike Schilt from the Cardinals dugout says, get the F out of here, Joe. Go in your own dugout. So
We don't have it?
yeah, it's there, but it's okay. We move on. That was from last night. That's okay, man. No problem. Pistons host Dallas tonight. Jeremy Grant and half the Pistons team is out. Just 10 games to go in the season. Remember, the draft lottery, June 22nd. I just saw the latest, and Rod Beard from the Detroit News put this out. They put all the teams in a computer, and it spits it out the way they think it's going to be. Mm-hmm. What number do you think the Pistons are going to be picking at?
8.
7. They always pick at 7, and it showed up. They're picking at 7th again. I hope that computer is wrong. Give me a break. I will kick
You're
my
talking
TV
to
in.
a hockey guy here who absolutely,
yeah.
the Detroit Red Wings could not get screwed, blued, and tattooed more than they have in the past 4 or 5 years. So we're figuring it out.
God help me. Wings in Carolina tonight. Just 5 games to go in the regular season. Joe Valeno in the lineup. Again, NFL draft. We told you about it. Jags are on the clock right now. What do they got? Another 5 hours to make their pick. Lions picking 7th. The Derby coming up on Saturday. And let's go to, let's see, what am I going to do for this day in sports? First, I want to wish a happy 67th birthday to Jerry Seinfeld.
Lasted how long?
9 years,
Larry
180
King.
episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Don't
This is
most shows
is this
go
still
down-
CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also.
You would,
But, yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You were
Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last
Okay.
episode.
What, you don't
was
take
like
it so
pissed.
bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll be right back.
Jeez.
B-movie opens.
Can
B-movie
we get a
opens.
resume in here for me?
B-movie opens
Larry can
tomorrow.
go over?
We'll be right back.
Oh, my God.
I don't know
That's
who you
a
are,
good
Larry, but
one.
I am.
How about that, huh?
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Now, Jerry, that's his backhand abuse. You know, it's nice and dry. I mean, Larry's an elderly guy at that point, and, you know, and he just didn't know his
So
stuff.
Larry wasn't busting chops?
No, Larry
Oh,
was.
I thought
Oh,
they
I
were
thought he was-
friends.
No.
yeah.
No, Larry had no idea.
Wow.
That is real.
I thought they were buddies.
Jerry Seinfeld,
Yeah, I
60,
thought that he was just giving him a hard time.
67 years old today. No, Larry didn't know. He truly didn't know that Jerry took
Wow.
himself off the air. Let's go to Roger Clemens. 35 years ago today, the Rockets struck out 20 Mariners. He would later do it to the Tigers.
It's 2-2, not 3-2. Struck him out. On the foul tip, that's number 16 for Roger. I thought the count was 2-2, but I wasn't going to argue, and I was correct. At any rate, it winds up 2-3. Nothing in 2. Nothing in 3. Strike 3. 18.
1986, they'd go to the World Series and lose to the Mets. This day in sports.
You're gloating? That was a great way to go down. Look at Matt. That's Matt's gloating, like trying to say, yeah, my team beat.
Hey, the Rocket came to the Yankees, and I definitely took him into my heart. So I hated him then, liked him at the end of his career.
Of course.
And that's it. I got a great one for you guys later.
Funny how quick that will switch, right?
I know.
When
Who knows
suddenly...
what Tom Brady could have done as a Giant or Jet?
Oh my gosh. Who knows how much time he could have wasted off of his career and his life. Precious time he could have never gotten back.
Damn.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to stir the pot. I'm just saying.
Spin truth.
Like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong, Tom Mazawey?
It depends.
It depends on what?
If Bill Parcells stayed with the Jets, then he would have won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady and the Jets.
Buds, candies and nuts. It's a Lions Merry Christmas. Welcome everybody to the hook. All right.
I mean, I'm sorry, but baby Jesus could come down and try and help them. I mean, the Giants or the Jets, and I don't think that would still help. Yeah. I think that they are really, really in a shamble right now.
But
I don't. You know what? And I can't even say anything because. Who?
Not the baby Jesus, but the adult Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
They need adult.
Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah. No, I like the fact that in recent time the Giants even won a Super Bowl.
2.
Yeah, I'm saying even like 1 though.
Nas 2.
Understand?
Yeah.
Like,
2 against Brady.
Crazy. Yep. I know that's
2-0.
And you're still overly mad at Brady when you have 2 wins over him, and you still can't just say on this draft day, just say, hey, you know.
I mean, they
Tom's
were
a good player.
Fluke wins. Like, how?
Fluke wins, huh?
How? That first one, everybody was about to get fired.
Fluke wins.
Well, it's a good thing today's draft day.
Crazy.
It's a whole new horizon.
Take a look at the history books.
Who's going to be the
Giants
Tom Brady of the 2021 draft?
Giants are in there. 2 wins over the Patriots. Open it up. Page 43.
All right, guys. We are going to take a quick break here, but when we come back, we're going to be getting to our big hook of the day. It is the NFL Crazy Train. So stick around so you guys can jump on board with this. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Hey, everybody, this is the perfect time to learn a trade and start a new career. Learn more about their 10.5 months hands-on HVAC program at northwesterntech.edu. Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works. All right, everybody, welcome back to The Hook. It is time for us to get to the big hook. In case you've been sleeping under a rock, today is draft day, my friends. It is a huge day. Everybody is finally going to get their questions answered. Some people's dreams will be crushed, hearts will be broken, but for others, this is going to be the day that starts the turnaround point for their favorite team. So, draft day last year, do you guys remember where you were last year for draft day?
Yeah, next to the toilet getting ready to puke.
Why?
Because they're going to draft a CUDA.
Oh.
Jeez. I mean, last year was so depressing, not only because of COVID and because, you know, the atmosphere and it was a little bit different, but who was at the helm? Maybe that's why this Christmas, Lions Christmas, this year, this draft feels so much different. We're going to talk to Mike O'Hare, the guru for the Lions, who knows the most out of them, been a beat writer, been following this team for so long. He's the dean. And the fact that we're going to see what he says, but this is a little bit different, and you have to be a little bit skeptical because they haven't done the job yet, but this is a whole new world, new regime, so I will not be near the toilet for the reasons that I'm preparing to throw up because I had no confidence. It's exactly opposite. I'll be downtown at the Delmore with everybody here at Woodward Sports watching the draft party. So there we go with our boy Joint Bell, and it's going to be a great time. I'm excited. I got my Barry Sanders jersey on, so that's how good. I don't want to crack this thing out for big occasions.
For special occasions.
It's not a Billy Sims.
Is it gonna be
No,
up
but I
at the
love Billy
rooftop?
Sims too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be?
Sorry,
Is it gonna
what?
be up in the rooftop? No, it's gonna be inside. I don't know if maybe they could tent it. No. All right. It'll be inside. So there you go. There's no reason for you guys to not come out. You can't say it's going to be raining. So come out and join us for all the fun. Tom Mazawey, where were you a year ago this day?
I was chilling at home on my couch, just locked and loaded, watching it like everyone else was. Roger Goodell from his house and his chair that traveled to Cleveland, by the way. And Fish, get us the Cleveland weather report. Let's see how it's doing in Cleveland. They deserve some good weather tonight. Hopefully it'll be nice. But again, I'm Lip Mac. I watched that draft. It was anticlimactic because we knew the Dumb and Dumber was going to take a cornerback with the number 3 pick in the draft, and it was a shame. But this year it's like Christmas, and Christmas when you were a kid, when you didn't really know what you were getting. Now kids are like, hey Mom, here you go. Here's my Amazon. I want this from Amazon. It's not Christmas anymore. But today, it's truly Christmas for Lion fans because you don't know if they're going to make that pick or make that trade. I just want us to be talked about on television because usually when the Lions make their pick, we all know they go to a commercial right after it because they don't give a shit.
No, because they got to dig deep into the archives to find out who the hell he picked.
That too. But usually they just do it because, it's just the Lions. Who gives a shit? But this year, I think the Lions are one of the picks 4, 5, 6, and 7 right in that meat. It ends after the Lions. The meat ends after the Lions, more than likely. So
I think it gets interesting after that.
It could be interesting, but not as interesting after 4 to 7 because, Leo, the premium players are gone really after 7.
Right.
More than likely. Go ahead, Fish. What kind of weather report at Cleveland?
It's 48 right now, and the temperatures are actually going to be rising to 55 by 3 in the morning. It's going to be cloudy with about a 30% chance of rain.
So just a slight chance of rain?
3 in the morning?
Yeah, 3 in the morning. It's going to be the high of 55 degrees.
And how about tomorrow? Because they'll be there tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it is going to be a high of 58, no rain.
No rain, all right. So they got some decent weather in Cleveland.
Partly to mostly cloudy.
So one of the great things that the NFL...
And then Saturday, 67, and should be nice weather.
Yeah, they'll be back there again for day 3.
Yep. One of the great things that the NFL has really done well, in my opinion, over the last several years for draft day is the NFL fan experience. The draft experience for fans has been out of this world. I have been very lucky to be at all of them up until, obviously, last year. And this is, I feel like, almost more fun for fans than what it is when fans go to the Super Bowl stuff, because this is something where everybody has skin in the game, right? It's not just, the winners fans that are there. This is literally everybody has got some skin in the game. Everybody's having a great time. This year, the reports are saying that they're expecting to have 50,000 fans passing through there a day. Yep. They are going to also have a section that they are calling the vaccine fan zone.
Okay.
The vaccinated fan zone. So they're really trying to bring normalcy back into this, but it's a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys have ever had a chance to go.
Oh, yeah.
If you have
I
the
went to
opportunity
the old draft
to go,
before
be fun.
It was a fan friendly.
No, now it's like this fan festival. They've got food trucks there, or like food stands. They've got autograph signings everywhere. They've got analysts doing their shows everywhere. It is literally a ton of fun. They've got games for the kids to play. They've got all the statues where kids can put their heads in with all the big time players. It's a lot of fun. So if you are in the draft area and you get a chance, of course, obviously be safe about it. Be careful. We are still in a global pandemic, so be careful. But go have a good time, experience it, because you'll remember this. A lot of fun. So, all right. So aside from the craziness that's going to be happening around the actual draft itself and the fan zones, there's some crazy trade rumors. Are we buying into any of these that allegedly the Saints offered the Lions the 28th and 60th pick plus 1st and 3rd in 2022 and a Saints player for the number 7 pick.
Not only a Saints player, but a Saints player of Dan Campbell's choice, or one of his favorites. Is the way it was spun.
Right.
That means he can't get Alvin Kamara, obviously, but
of course,
a bunch of players, and he had his choice of it. That's what Chris Burke was writing.
Because the Saints are allegedly trying to grab a top corner.
Yep.
Why would we not jump on this? I feel like this is a great trade. Or do you think that this is just allegedly not even true?
Well, who knows? But I think if the conversation and it is true, then this tells me that they think that they got other dance partners available with, or are going to wait and hold it out. This ain't jumping at the first offer or doing anything else. There was also, there's some other rumors too about San Francisco trading out of the 3rd pick with Green Bay to get Aaron Rodgers for pretty much half the roster and 10 draft picks. But like I was talking to Maz before, it goes back to the interview with their GM of Green Bay about Aaron Rodgers is our guy. Well, this sort of proves true. So whether it's down to the conversation that we had yesterday about where the Lions offered this and that, or moved down to 4 to get Jamar Chase with the Bengals, or with Atlanta, was that true or was that not? A lot of times the proof's in the pudding, and we'll find out down at the Delmar when it kicks off. Uncle Urban will be fastly late, probably I'd say about 8:13, making the first pick.
Oh, later than that.
No, isn't it 10 minutes?
It's 10 minutes,
so
but they
won't.
8:09. They won't start the draft. Roger Goodell won't come up for 10 minutes before he starts that draft.
Maybe that's the thing. What's the over/under? First pick is by 8:19.
They'll do that.
Okay, that's good.
That's a good one, right?
That's a good one. I might take the under on that.
Okay.
At 8:19. But what you brought up was the Packers. And listen to this, folks.
Yeah.
49ers offered the Packers, supposedly, the 3rd pick tonight. That's right, the pick that they gave away all those picks for, to go up to, plus other picks and multiple players, including Jimmy Garoppolo, for Aaron Rodgers. Green Bay said no. And last week, we told you about Green Bay's GM, Brian Gutekunst, on Aaron Rodgers. He was on Wild and Tausch on ESPN Milwaukee. This is what he had to say about his star quarterback.
Give me 1 sec to pull it up, Maz. Can you call it about the trade?
And here's the whole thing about trades too, Maz, that I ask. You look at, and this is something that I heard talked about. You look at who's got the draft capital. Is it possible like a Jacksonville or a Miami could be a trade partner with Detroit because of all the draft capital they've accrued? So really, it's not out of the question. So as far as all these rumors, they could be rumors, they could be truths till the draft. We won't find out.
Sure, yeah.
Speaking of Jacksonville, guess who worked out for them?
33-year-old
Tim Tebow.
Tim
Tebow is now a tight end.
That's Uncle Urbine's guy, though.
And he worked out for Jacksonville. That was his guy back in Florida, obviously.
So is he if he's working out as a tight end, didn't they say out of college he should have done it? He fought for 10 years, then went play baseball and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was a great
talented
athlete,
to be able
man.
to do that. Yeah, great athlete, great person.
Yeah, great person.
Yeah, great person,
but
too.
You
He's
never
good
know,
really quick.
because that's...
Maybe he'll be the chaplain in Jacksonville.
Who knows?
What the hell?
Well, that could be true, too.
That would certainly add a lot of
panache,
something to the league. That's for
you know
sure.
What?
Yeah,
I could see him coaching and stuff like that, can't you?
Player coach?
See him.
Sure.
Yeah, I could see him
for
being
sure.
on that team.
I mean, I could almost see him coming back into the league as a tight end.
Well, he's
right?
not,
I mean, I don't know how reliable it's going to be. I don't see him getting a huge contract. I could see him doing a 1-year fly on it.
If our guy Joey can go out and run a 40 and put
Joey
in
looked good today.
Put in his times, then maybe he can too.
You got that sound now, Eazy?
Yeah, the Aaron Rodgers one.
Yeah, let's hear it from the Packers general manager on ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm tired of an off season where, and I know you guys are streaming this live, so I don't want to use any profanity, but of people saying that the media are making stuff up. I lived through the summer of 2008, just like you did. So I'm not being disrespectful when I ask you this. We've known each other a long time. I just kind of want some straight answers. Where exactly do things stand, not contract-wise, but just in general, between you and this team and your future Hall of Fame quarterback? Is there a disconnect? Is there unhappiness on either side? Because there has certainly been some intimations of that from some, and I don't think that those people are making it up. So I just want to know where you feel things stand with Aaron and you and with the organization?
Yeah, listen, Jason, I think I understand your question. I'm not really sure exactly where you're coming from. But what I will say is, like, we're really excited about Aaron Rodgers and his future with the Green Bay Packers. We think, he's going to be our quarterback for the foreseeable future. And I think that, obviously every year there's different things you go through to kind of get to the season. And I think we're going through those right now, whether it be contractually, whether it be, working with our players on other things. And that's where we are. But again, he's such a unique, different player than anyone that I've ever been around. And he affects our organization in so many different ways that, you just can't value him because he's so important to what we do. So we're excited moving forward, and we'll kind of see where things go.
Can I follow up real quick on that so I can clarify then?
Sure.
I guess what I don't understand is the guy's cap number is $37.5 million. I'm not Russ, so I don't understand the cap the way you and him do. What's the upside of having a guy that you could restructure his contract right now, counting that much against your cap? What's the upside of that?
I'll say this, Jason, and I think you know me well enough to know that I don't really get into too many details about conversations with players, contract negotiations with players. But again, like I said earlier, I think it's very important for us to work through the next 2 years to get this salary cap thing right. We will have to address many contracts over the next 4 or 5 months to kind of get under the cap for the season. And that's certainly one where we will probably address that as well.
That is from Wild and Tausch on ESPN Milwaukee. That's the Packers GM. This just in from Adam Schefter.
Shefty.
Oh, boy.
Reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers is so disgruntled with the Packers that he has told some within the organization that he does not want to return to the team. League and team sources have told Schefter, and they're talking about it as we speak. So we just played the perfect storm for you.
Wow.
The GM last week says he's our guy. Today we hear about San Francisco throwing everything at the Packers to try to get him over. Obviously, the 49ers think they could win a Super Bowl if they get Rodgers. Packers think they could win a Super Bowl if they keep Rodgers. Rodgers wants the hell out of Green Bay. I think it all stems from last year when they failed at the goal line, when they gave Tom Brady and the Buccaneers that game, not going on 4th down when you're down inside the 5-yard line, and they take Aaron Rodgers out of the freaking game. Yeah, the first 3 plays sucked, and he could have probably run it in on 3rd down. It didn't happen, but he's done.
From a player's perspective, this is the ability that Aaron Rodgers heard that there's more truth to the trade rumor than not, and him saying, "Get me the hell out of here now." He's been waiting to drop this bombshell about not being satisfied. So he pretty much, if that's true, and Adam Schefter's a pretty good source.
True.
Yeah.
That should mean more fireworks tonight at the Delmar down in Greektown. 7 o'clock, join us.
Man,
So wait.
get him out of the NFC North.
That's what I was going to say. Guys, as a Detroit Lions fan, please make this happen.
But
please.
be careful, because how long does Aaron Rodgers reign with Green Bay? And right now, as we're rebuilding as the Lions, coming back. So if he went somewhere that they got the huge return, well, they're going to be rebuilding at the same time we are. In the long run, it might be worse. So
they'll grab a quarterback. If they take that deal from San Francisco, and they probably won't, but they would pick 3rd.
No,
they could draft.
I get it, but obviously,
But they got a quarterback last year,
they got
too.
Love.
I mean,
if they said no to that, whatever, it's the disgruntled. But the fact that he comes out and verifies to Adam Schefter, or the fact that he is upset, it's going to get around, man.
Well,
it's going to get around. They got to get him out of there.
His dream team
not happy.
is
not
the 49ers.
Happy quarterback.
His
the
dream
worst.
team is to play in San Francisco. Obviously, he played at Cal.
Well, that's what he's letting you know. Make the trade.
I have got to agree with what you just said right now. An unhappy quarterback is the worst. You said something along the lines, Maz, that you said the 49ers think that they could win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And Green Bay Packers feel that they can win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Last year.
However, I'm going to disagree with that. I don't think that the Green Bay Packers can still, in their heart, believe that Aaron Rodgers' heart is still in Green Bay enough to care to win
Pilar,
another Super Bowl.
If he's playing, he's going to want to win.
Of
How
course
could you
he's
say
going to
that?
want to win. I think
If he plays for the
wants out.
Pee Wee Jets, he's going to want to
I
win.
understand he's going to want to win, obviously, right? He's too much of a great player to say I don't, but I think if his heart is out of it, he's going to make enough noise to get out of there. Tom Brady made enough noise to get out of New England. Aaron Rodgers can make enough noise to get out of
I think you're right in that
Green Bay.
aspect.
Here's the
about
only
who is
difference.
making the noise.
New England had no chance to win the Super Bowl. Green Bay does.
Yeah, but if Aaron Rodgers doesn't care, it doesn't matter.
Come on,
I don't
Darren. If you
think
don't
it's that he
care,
doesn't
you're still going to play. He's still going to be Aaron Rodgers. What's he going to do? Just go in and throw interceptions and
No,
fumble?
but how about this? How about no? He's not. He's going to go and he's going to play and to the best of his ability. But when you are not, because you're not bought in, that you don't want, because you're not getting what you want, you brought it back to last year. Yeah, he's going to hold a grudge. Dude, does anybody disagree with me that if anybody can self-sabotage something, it would be Aaron Rodgers? And it's not mentally self-sabotaging, but hey, if I'm going to run and put my head down and get drilled by that cornerback to get that first down, you know, is it second nature? Because you can't think twice in doing that, and maybe he will. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that his disappointment will show. You don't think he'd be moping around the whole time, letting you know he's not happy being in Green Bay, which will self-sabotage. That's what I think you're trying to say.
And I think that what it's also going to do, more than anything, it's going to cause so much tension between upper management and him and the players that it's just going to be a distraction. All season long, it's going to be the only thing people are going to be wanting to talk about is the tension between Aaron Rodgers wanting to be out and
but here's
not
a
being
question to you,
happy and
Maz.
not getting what he wants.
More value trading today on trade deadline or letting this go longer?
No, today.
Today.
Yeah, because you got to figure out what you're going to
This is
do.
red
If you
hot.
do that third
No, I understand, but
overall
I'm just
pick,
saying.
I'm trying to think of other teams that they could trade with right now.
Exactly. If Green Bay said no to San Fran, it's either because they think they can sweeten the pot more to make it known, but that he's but what other
Whoa.
deals could you have too?
I'll tell you what, wouldn't it be interesting if New England gives up the farm to get up in the draft and then makes another deal to go after Aaron Rodgers?
He'd have to want to go there.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd want to go
Wouldn't
there.
that be crazy?
It's gotta
You
be,
think he wants to play for Belichick?
No.
A tyrant?
No, I think he
No
wants
way.
to go to
I don't
Shanahan.
know. Easy. What do you have?
I was going to say, this happened just because the speculation, the rumors that came out about the 49ers. Because like Matt says, back in the days, Colin Kaepernick and Aaron Rodgers, when they were kids, like fourth grade, they wrote like letters about the two teams they wanted to play for. Oddly enough, it was the Packers and the 49ers. That's Aaron Rodgers' dream team. All offseason, he spoke like, I'm here now, I'm here now, I'm here now. And all of a sudden, the 49ers get in the mix. He's like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Let me
That's
go
what I'm-
play.
that's what I'm
for a
saying.
championship
He's
where
a
somebody wants to
California
win now.
boy.
That's what I'm saying. Now is like, you want to make me happy or you want the win-win in this Green Bay, cut the cord and let's go. You'll get the mother load back and let's do this.
How about Washington?
He's gonna throw a fit. He only wants to go to San
I was
Francisco,
gonna say,
man.
I think what would
I
make
think
the most
Easy's more
sense.
on the line. I think, Maz, like, if you're talking smart football, but we're not talking about it. We're talking emotions. And we're talking about emotions and we're talking about, for lack of a better term, you know, the prima donna.
And they
Right?
probably won't
I
trade
love
him.
Aaron Rodgers, but if there's he has a little bit of diva in him, like I guess I do sometimes. But it's the one thing, and where he's at in his career, at his age, after what he suffered in the past few playoff series and whatever, he knows now's the time.
Yeah.
Right, so he doesn't care. He's out there doing Jeopardy. He wants to be closer to be hosting Jeopardy and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot easier being in San Fran. So coming out on the tweet like that is just telling Green Bay, I'm not happy, telling all of us not happy.
Yeah.
Make the deal. That's all
I think
that is.
that just goes back to where there's smoke, there's really fire, guys.
Now, he
That's
loves
what
Matt
I think.
LaFleur. I mean, he does, but I think he really said, what the fuck are you doing? You're a second-year coach, and you're
Right.
telling me that I can't go in and try to win this game for my team in the NFC Championship game? You
Right.
think we're going to get an onside kick and get the ball back, or our defense is going to stop Brady, you know, at the end of a game? You're not. It was the stupidest decision ever.
Absolutely.
Ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love to see him with the 49ers. I think that the
I would too.
49ers should 100% give up the farm, give up whatever they want. As far as trades, right? Because you still need some bit of a.
The problem is,
something
then what do you
there,
tell
right?
your
But
Green
then-
Bay fans if you trade Aaron Rodgers? That's like saying, hey, guys, we've mailed in the season, but come to Lambeau Field
No,
anyway.
he didn't want to be here.
He didn't want to be
him the
here.
villain,
You
Maz.
make
He just
him
came
the
out and said he
villain.
hates you guys. We want to do the best for you. What do you mean? It's going
Right.
to turn it out. He just came out. He knows what he's doing because he ain't going back.
Yep.
The other thing, too, is what did you do last year when you traded up to draft a quarterback?
Right.
Like, why are you
That
holding
was
this guy
an insult,
hostage? You don't
too.
want to win now.
Right,
Why the fuck
that's
if
what
you
I'm
want to win
saying.
now?
He
Why are
don't
you
let
trading
that
up
thing-
in a draft for a quarterback who's not going to play?
But they
Right.
thought they were doing the right thing by protecting themselves like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers didn't care for it when they took Love, and now he doesn't care for it that his name is being bantered about in last year's playoff fiasco. He was the MVP, for crying out loud.
No, he does care. He's saying do it.
Yeah.
He's letting them know. He's letting everybody know.
One other thing, too, just real quick. What a blessing for the Detroit Lions to have Aaron Rodgers drop into Matthew Stafford's division where we have the next 2 first-round picks of the Los Angeles Rams. Oh, my God.
That is nice.
See,
I
hey,
hope and pray
Easy,
this happens
slow it
tonight.
down, bro. This is
I know,
only
I know.
Christmas Day, first day of Christmas. Slow it down, brother. But, hey, now you're seeing the big picture. Let's just breathe, see what happens. We can get to that. But let's
You
not
know what
put
I
the
feel
cart
like this
before the
feels like?
horse.
It's like it's right around Christmas and it's almost time to open your gifts, and then you find a receipt that like your husband went to like a jewelry store and you're like, oh my goodness, could this really be something that I've been looking for, right? Like, could this really, really be happening? That's what I feel this is
better
like.
look at
You
the
get
receipt
so
no matter where it's from and say, man, he actually went out and did something.
well,
You know,
but
he
no,
went
I'm
out,
just
he
saying
put
like
effort in.
could the Packers
it.
possibly be trading away Aaron Rodgers? Could this really, really happen? I think if it does, obviously it's going to happen by tonight.
Hey,
Right?
I'm
They're
interested to
giving
hear
him the
what
number
Mike
3
O'Hara
overall
has to
pick,
say
but-
about it, too. So we got to take a quick break and
Yes.
come back with the Moose.
Absolutely. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Thought he was.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bell.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, we have got Mike O'Hara joining us. You can check out all his work on DetroitLions.com. Hey, Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mo.
Hey guys, it was a little while there when I was sitting there on hold.
Oh, my God, Mo.
I wanted to. Did I fall asleep and wake up on New Year's Eve?
You did. You did.
You guys are crazy.
Hey, tell us your
What have you been
thoughts
doing
on
there?
tell us your thoughts on what we've been talking about. He wants out of Green Bay now. Do you see it?
The only thing I heard. Well, hold on. Well, let me talk then, okay, Tommy?
Look,
we make a deal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's your show.
Well, the only thing, the one part about what you said, the team that wants to win, guys, they were 13-3 last year. They're one drive away from going to the Super Bowl, and that one drive away, okay, they did not. They kicked the field goal on 4th down. That came after 3 incomplete passes in the end zone. And he's not blameless either. Now, look, am I going to side against Aaron Rodgers building a team? Absolutely not. But a lot of things go into teams winning, and a lot of things go into teams losing. And he was part of all of that. But the bottom line, they were 13-3 for the second straight year. So that's not a team that's not trying to win. I mean, wake up.
No. We didn't
No,
say
we
that.
think that he's trying to win.
misunderstood
No,
us.
absolutely. We think he's trying to win. We're saying that if his heart's not in the Packers with the Packers anymore, he's going to want out. There's going to be so much of him just not wanting to be there. We all
Not
are
all,
in agreement
you
that.
two.
No. We said we're all in agreement that when he's on the field, obviously it's his name, it's his stats. He's going to be the best that he can. But we just feel that there's going to be so much tension between upper management and him and other players. Everything's going to just become a distraction if he doesn't want to be there.
Listen, ask Darren McCarty how much tension exists in good teams, bad teams, and average teams. That's what fuels people. That's part of competing.
So
everyone isn't. Hold on. Everyone isn't idiotically happy all the time. When you get out there on the field, you get on the ice or the baseball diamond, you play as hard as you can to win because you're playing for yourself and you're playing for your buddies. All that other stuff, it's great fodder in the off season. To me, it's entertainment. I don't pay an awful lot of attention to it really leading to anything else.
But here's the thing, Mike, is that throws me off is that it's Aaron Rodgers reporting this. You know, like there's Schefter reporting that Aaron Rodgers said this. So it's either there's twofold, right? It's either to make the deal or it's to let the organization know, like you said, they're that close, don't mess up this draft like he felt they did last year with that draft pick. Could you see it being sort of, why would he come out and say that, like right now? After hearing that, that's what I'm saying. It's just the timing of it. And he seems to me like, I guess, if there's any diva that, like, he's not a guy, like a Josh Allen seems like he's a guy that's a meek guy that will go with the system and, you know, no matter what, his feelings aren't going to get in the way. Aaron Rodgers is a feeling sort of guy that you know the way he's feeling by his actions, you know, as a quarterback, you know, missing a pass or doing whatever else. What do you read into this then? Is this just smoke and BS and something, or is there something to this coming out?
I think there's something like coming out. I mean, a lot of the stuff that comes out, these are really good reporters, the guys at ESPN, Schefter, and the other guys. So they're not making things up. These is actually things that have been said and all that. But you can't run your team, you can't run your franchise every time, even if it's a star player, is a little bit upset about something. You know, there's a way to placate him, and that's give him the assets, weapons, whatever you want to call it, on offense to compete at the highest level. And really, with the exception of drafting that quarterback last year, they've really done that. They've got an all-pro wide receiver, Pro Bowl running back, really good offensive line. They've got Aaron Rodgers. So they've really taken care of that team and building that team. There's a reason. I think something like with 9 of the last 12 years they've won the division title. That's been a really, really good strong franchise. It's on a really, really good run. Now, they haven't gone the distance. They won one Super Bowl in 2010, but that's one more than a lot of franchises have won.
I think that's great clarity. Now to more important, because it's Christmas for us Lions fans. What are the Detroit Lions doing at number 7 in Mike O'Hare's brilliant opinion, because you've watched more Lions games than anybody I know?
That's why I'm demented. I admit it. It's gotten to me.
Self-awareness, buddy. They did it to you, but you're on top of it.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I heard that there's going to be a Grinder reunion tour.
There is, actually.
Is there really? Because I want to audition as a rhythm guitarist. I know 3 chords.
You're in. That's all you need.
I only know 3.
That's all 3 you know, buddy. You ram it out any time. We'll kick out the jams.
No matter what you play, I just play my 3 chords, A, D, and E. That's it. That's all I got.
Way to go, Angus. I love it.
Live Aid. No, to get back to the draft and all that. Look, I think the Lions are in a really good spot. They're not in complete control of that spot because there are 6 picks ahead of them, and that could, in some way or other, depending on who goes before them, could, shape the talent pool that's available to them. Now, I think we all can agree that there are going to be 3 quarterbacks go off the board with the first 3 picks, and then that leaves you, from Atlanta to the Cincinnati Bengals to the Miami Dolphins, and then the Detroit Lions at 7. And if the issue is what's left for the Detroit Lions, and I think there'll be a good player there. I think there'll be more than one good player there, and there'll be good options there too. And it's whether to draft a player or take a trade down. And you can take your choice of which you think is better for building this team. I usually go with the player because I know if you've got a good player in right there in your hands, go ahead and take him. But I also see the value of trading down. So I mean, there's a couple of ways the Lions can go, and like I say, it starts with who's on the board when it's their turn at number 7, and then it's how they manage having that pick and whoever it is, what they do or not do with that pick. That'll determine the outcome of whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Mo, this is the first run for Brad and the gang in Allen Park. Last year, we were discussing it's very anticlimactic. We kind of knew what Quinn and Patricia were going to do, taking Jeff Okudah at 3, a cornerback, which was, not something that a lot of teams would do that early. What is the main need on this team? And I know their defense was the worst in the league, but I don't think there's a Chase Young that you could pick in this first round that can satisfy Lion fans at 7. What would you personally, what would you want to take? Because knowing what's going to be there, there's a quarterback going to be there. There'll be an offensive tackle there. There'll be plenty of wide receivers there. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm starting to worry about myself because I agree with you. There is no Chase Young like there was last year, and there's also really, when you think about it, there's no Derek Brown, the defensive tackle from Auburn, who was really just an absolute monster in the middle now. Defensive tackle stats, unless you're Ndamukong Suh, they don't show up as sacks and so on as they do for edge rushers like Chase Young. For the Lions, obviously they need defensive help. That's everybody knows that. But the issue with that is, probably the first two defensive players off the board will be around pick 10 or pick 11. A couple of cornerbacks, good ones. Patrick Surtain the second, J.C. Horn from Clemson, I think. No, I'm sorry, he's from Virginia Tech. Those are good ball players, but I think the Lions are pretty much okay right now at cornerback. I think they've got bigger needs than that, but it's where you're sitting right now, I think you would be reaching for really the first defensive player on the board. That would probably be Micah Parsons from Penn State, who's had some issues off the field, and he might have an impact on teams' willingness, the Detroit Lions included. And I don't speak for them. That's just my opinion. That might affect their willingness to draft him, to bring somebody in who's already got some sort of problem away from the game.
Mo, I want to ask you about Micah Parsons. I've been reading and watching. I don't watch all his games, but I saw plenty. Big Ten guy. He's very good. Now I hear he's a two-down player. Now, Chris Spielman was not a two-down player. Chris Spielman has got his thumbprint on this Lions draft, and I think Sheila Ford Hemp has got her fingers in the mix here as well. Tell me about Micah Parsons. Is he a Chris Spielman type guy?
Well, he plays a different game, Tommy. Chris Spielman was a terrific inside linebacker in a 3-4. Could have played in the 4-3 too, but he really played in Wayne Fontz's 3-4 defense, and he was good at it. Look, he was an All-Pro player. He even beat out Mike Singletary one year for All-Pro. Imagine that, Mike Singletary,
amazing.
In the Hall of Fame. And I think he made 4 or 5 Pro Bowls, and Chris did, and nominated for the Pro Football Hall of Fame and all that. I'm not going to project, Michael Parsons or anybody right now that's going to have the career that Chris did. But Parsons, I think, is a 3-down player based on his speed, based on his size, based on the way he plays the game. Now, I don't think he's a player without holes. I mean, most rookies aren't, but even just generally in his game. But, look, he played defensive end in high school, came in as, I think it was a freshman, had 100 tackles at Penn State as a freshman. He's just, he's almost 245, 250 pounds, ran a 4-something 40, and really has straight out, first of all, he's got straight line speed, but he also can run sideline to sideline. And if you watch the Detroit Lions last year, they had problems at every level, up front on the defensive line, at linebacker, and in the secondary. So it's, there's 3 levels where they need help. But if you can put a linebacker in there who can run, who can tackle, who can hit, make plays, and the way Micah Parsons can when he's tuned up and ready to go, I think he'd be a good addition for the Detroit Lions. But I think there are better players on the offensive side of it available, and I really do believe that you should take the best players available when you can.
Mike O'Hara from DetroitLions.com joining us here on The Hook. Mike, after the draft, everybody likes to rate the teams, give them A's, B's. What do you think needs to happen so that this year people can say the Detroit Lions walked away with an A+ after these next 3 days?
Well, let me ask you this. Are we talking about rating the draft just on paper on Monday morning, or are we waiting till the end of the season? Or
No. Monday morning when everybody comes out.
When
they say the Detroit Lions are out. Yeah, the Detroit Lions did it right. They were focused. They were disciplined. They addressed their major needs. What really needs to happen for us to get that A+ on paper?
Well, they've got they got their own picks in the first and second rounds, and then 2 picks in the third rounds. I think somewhere at the top of the draft, those 4 picks, you've got to look at 2 of them who are starters in your mind, are starters, and then 2 others who are quality depth players. And obviously you'd want them to be the first and second rounds. And then the third round, maybe get a guy like Jonah Jackson last year, third-round pick who played 4 years at Rutgers and then played his 5th year at Ohio State and turned out to be a starting left guard for the Detroit Lions. And that was a terrific pick by Bob Quinn and his staff there in a draft that was pretty decent, really, when you think about it. So I think something along those lines. I don't know about an A+. I don't think there are an awful lot of players in this draft who are just absolute home run hitters who are going to lift the draft to A+ status. I think pretty much, honestly, in my opinion, it's pretty much a starless draft except for the quarterbacks who've given it star quality because there's so many of them that we're projecting to go up in the top, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks. But that, for me, that for the Detroit Lions, that's what it would be to really hit on those first 4 picks. And then somebody around going into the draft, they don't have a 6th or 7th round pick because they use those to acquire veteran players. But somewhere, round 4 or 5, or if they pick up an extra pick, somebody who looks like a guy who could be a contributor, maybe a special teams return man or a special teams stud that with the potential to move into a starting role later in his career.
All right, Mom, I'm just going to hit you right between the eyes here. First of all, he never gives anyone over a B-. All right, though. I just want you guys to know that going forward, back in his Detroit News days, it was always a B or a B-. Nonetheless, I digress. Let's say Penei Sewell's there at 7, and Rashawn Slater is there at 7, and one of those top receivers is there at 7. Who should the Lions take?
Well, in my order, it would be Penei Sewell, Rashawn Slater, and then a receiver. You can get receivers in the 2nd and 3rd round. And that doesn't mean you leave Jerry Rice on the board and say, look, I'll get one later. Well, nobody knew when they took him, 15th or 16th in the mid-'80s that he was going to be Jerry Rice. I mean, he knew his name, but he didn't know he was going to be that kind of player. But look, players develop, and you know what? You're allowed to coach them. You're allowed to develop them. It's not against the rules. You're allowed to, you're allowed to work on your player and make them better. Tarek, you know that as well as anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody knows that. You're allowed. You're allowed to coach. That's part of the game too.
Well, we hope we have a good coach here in Dan Campbell. We're keeping our fingers crossed. It hasn't worked out lately, but good things ahead. Tell me about your first draft that you covered for the Lions, Mo. What year was it? Who'd they take?
It was 1977, and they took a. This is off the top of my head, and there's a lot missing there.
There's a lot missing.
But 1977, it was a defensive back, Walt Williams, from either, I think he was from New Mexico State.
That's a reach.
Well, he didn't have a first-round pick. They used it to get the wide receiver, J.D. Smith. And, and he was like about a 5 or 6 year player. Didn't really work out all that great, but, good, tough-hitting kid. In fact, he said he liked to kill an ant with a sledgehammer. I said to him, "Well, watch your toes." But he was a pretty good player and a pretty good guy, as I recall. But yeah, that was their first pick. But the next year, they had a 2nd round star, James Alberton London Baker III. That was Bubba Baker. Best pass rusher I have ever covered with my own 2 eyes, ever.
The Silver Rush.
Best one I've ever seen.
The Silver Rush.
2nd round draft pick, just an absolutely stud coming off the edge.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
2nd round draft picks usually are the gems.
Hey, Darren's wearing his Barry Sanders jersey today. Is that the greatest pick in Lions history? I know it fell to them thanks to Green Bay taking Mandarich.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? But I've heard personnel people say right now that if you looked at the tape on Mandarich right now, you would take him exactly where the Packers did. He just never was. He just never became as a player what he was at Michigan State. Now, whether it was some other issues which we all know have been talked about, and I think he's admitted, but that player, that body, and what he did in college, steroids, you would have taken him in exactly the same spot. So sometimes the player fails too.
Absolutely. Hey, before we let you go, I know it's yours and my favorite day coming up on Saturday. Not only is it the draft, but it is the Kentucky Derby. And Mo used to write for the horses back in the day in his old news days and cover everything. And he covered a couple Triple Crown winners, I know. Who you got on Saturday for the Run for the Roses?
I'm just going to give you one. I like Hot Rod Charlie.
Come on, man. You're right lockstep there, Mikey boy. I love it. The Dean and the D-Mac. There we go. I love it.
Yep. So, D-Man, listen, I'm gonna go practice right now. I'm gonna get the old song.
You
books
go
out
work
and all
on
that.
those.
I expect to call.
You're in, Mo.
You're in. Anytime.
By the way, you know what the most important thing is? I've already got an appointment at Royal Oak Tattoo for Sunday. Get inked up for this.
Attaboy. There you go. That's Die Hard, baby. That's why we love you.
All right, Moose. Thanks a million, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Don't anybody ever tell me to grow up, okay?
No way. See you on stage.
Never, brother.
Never.
That's the best. Mike
All right,
O'Hara.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Mike O'Hara,
Mike.
DetroitLions.com, and a long-time Detroit News beat writer. Him, Kurt Sylvester on the Free Press side, Tom Kowalski for Booth Newspapers. You couldn't get a better threesome. And Dave Burkett and the boys, Justin Rodgers, and everybody there now doing a great job as well. So we got some great peeps.
My favorite thing that Mike O'Hara just said was at the very end. He said, don't ever tell me to grow up.
Oh, yeah.
Best advice he can give
My mom
anybody.
used to call me
short.
My mom would call me Peter Pan, the boy that refused to grow up. So,
It's great.
Well, you're doing a hell of a job.
I know.
Right?
I still put my helmets in standings order at home, and yep, I'm a grown man.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that once you lose the last bit of
Keep telling
childlike,
yourself that.
I'm a grown ass man.
that last bit of childlike self to you, you're just a crotchety old man. So always keep that childlike mentality. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we've got so much more draft talk, more trade rumors,
Dan Orlovsky,
and our daily dose of Dan O. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Hey guys, happy draft day, and if you so choose to drink alcohol, please choose my friends at 8 Mile Vodka, because it's not the what, it is the who. 8 Mile Vodka, born in Detroit, distilled in single 90-liter batches, allows for optimal quality control, carbon and filtered, aerated, and bottled at perfect time to produce a subtle taste with smooth finish and a character all your own if that's your thing. Exceptional premium vodka that can be chilled and enjoyed straight or mixed to create an exceptional cocktail. Next time you're at Myers, pick one up, or go to your local bar, order one, or see us at the Del Mar. Woo-hoo! Tonight, they're going to have it. Remember, if you do drink responsibly.
Everybody on Woodward Sports Network, it is draft day. Finally, all the rumors, the speculations, the anticipation, the 10 million mock drafts are all going to come to fruition, to life. We're finally going to get
240 minutes away.
Oh, my God.
I just did the math.
Maz is down to the ticker.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. So before we get to our daily dose of Dan here that we like to do, the Ravens allegedly reaching out to the Falcons trying to get Julio Jones.
They need a receiver.
They certainly do. But let me tell you something. So Julio Jones, nobody's expecting this to actually happen because Julio Jones is just too expensive.
He is.
I don't think it's good. But, you know,
what a fit
according to
he'd be, huh?
Rappaport, it won't happen now, but later, maybe. I mean, in my opinion, that would be a real waste of talent to go to the Ravens with Lamar Jackson as their quarterback. The only thing that you're going to see there is that he's going to become a target, a weapon. He's going to have to be, a threat more than a weapon. He's going to have to be double covered. It's going to leave Mark Andrews open because we all know that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, that is their MO. They love their tight ends. And I just feel that for Lamar Jackson's style, what he does is he needs an incredible tight end to be his safety blanket and his main target. That's who he throws to.
But it leads to the question about the rumors about the Ravens. Is it drafting and then cutting Lamar Jackson because
they just picked up his option?
They just picked up his option? Okay.
23 million.
So the fact is, how do you work it towards? And obviously, like you said, the money's a big thing, too. It's the salary cap and how the contracts work out and fit in. But he needs somebody to throw to. Here's the thing. If you want him to open up and throw more, give him a guy like Julio Jones.
He's got nobody.
Right. That's
he's
what I'm saying.
He's had nobody.
Well, it's also his accuracy, though. I mean, he certainly has developed over the last 2 years, but his accuracy, I mean,
listen,
I think
phenomenal
Julio
wide
Jones,
receivers get your accuracy a little bit wider. You can be a lot more inaccurate with great receivers.
Fish, you got a phone call for us?
Yes, we do. And this is Maz's guy. It's Ethan from West Bloomfield.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he wants to talk NFL draft. So
hey,
he is
the Pearl.
He is
Ethan the Pearl.
He is on the air.
This kid knows his draft. This kid knows his draft. What's up, E?
How you doing, Maz?
Doing good. Max here. Pilar's here as well.
What's up, E?
How you doing, Mac? How you doing, Pilar?
We're great. What's on your mind about this draft? Finally here, my friend.
It's finally here, and all I gotta say is I sure hope the Lions do not take a wide receiver at 7. I feel like that is a huge mistake. Fine with an offensive alignment, and I'd be happy with the quarterback. To be completely honest, I don't see Jared Goff being that Lions quarterback for more than a year, possibly year and a half.
All right, then who you taking? I know you've got your quarterback rankings. I know you're an Ohio State kiss ass, but you do know your stuff. So I'll listen to you. Rank these QBs for me. Go ahead.
Okay. Perfectly fine with Trevor Lawrence at 1. I don't understand the fascination everybody has with Zach Wilson. Looking at the numbers, looking at the tape, and the competition he played against, I really have him at 4. I have Fields at 2. I have Lance at 3, and I have Mac Jones at 5. You can make the case that Mac Jones should be at 4 over Zach Wilson. I don't understand everybody's fascination with him. Truthfully, I don't. I think he's a Sam Darnold, Maz.
Ooh.
And if he goes to New
He's
York
little.
and he turns out to be just like Sam Darnold,
Yeah.
I wonder how the fans are going to feel. You just traded away Sam Darnold, and if he turns out to be another version, what were we doing?
I know. And listen. Look at this stat that I just pulled up just a few minutes ago. And our good friend in New York, Ryan Field, who used to be here in Detroit, he put this out. If Zach Wilson starts a game for the Jets next season, he'll become the 35th different starting quarterback for them since Joe Namath took a snap in 1976. 35 quarterbacks since Joe Namath left the team in 76. That is your New York Jets. So I'm scared as a Jet fan, obviously, that the kid is going to be a flop. But when I look at him and I listen to him and I hear Chris Sims talk about him and I hear these experts talk about him, what the hell do we know? I mean, we see a kid in college, he's playing at BYU. He looks like the real deal to me, but you like Justin Fields.
I do like Justin Fields. I would love for him to go out to San Francisco. I think that's the best possible situation for him. But they seem infatuated with Mac Jones. But then, you run into that whole thing of, well, Ohio State and quarterbacks. They don't have success in the NFL. Well, show me the last time an Alabama quarterback had success in the NFL. Same with BYU. I mean, you have to go way back in history.
You do.
You could say the most recent BYU quarterback that's had success
Steve Young.
is Taysom Hill.
And Steve Young, way back in the day.
Taysom Hill's not a
Steve
quarterback.
Young,
Right.
way back in the day, and then you got Taysom Hill, who's just that jackknife in the NFL right now. So I can't stand the argument of the school success. I think Justin Fields coming out will be a big tell, though, in Ryan Day's system because he's the first quarterback coming out of Ryan Day's Ohio State, not Urban Meyer, not predecessors. This is his first quarterback. I think everybody's sleeping on him. If the Lions have an opportunity at number 7, take him. Dan Campbell's already said he wants a mobile quarterback. That's not Jared Goff.
Right. Ethan, you had said that you're afraid that Zach Wilson is going to end up being another Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is now with another team. I mean, what if Sam Darnold now finds success in Carolina and we see Zach Wilson not have success should he go to the Jets? Then don't you think that maybe that would just be a product of their environment and not so much the quarterback themselves?
So, yes, I mean, truthfully, when I say another Sam Darnold, I truly mean another New York Jet version of Sam Darnold.
Okay.
I hope for Sam Darnold to have success in Carolina. He has a much better system and set of weapons out there in Carolina, personally, in my belief, than he ever did in New York. But to the point of where Sam Darnold also had a higher projection. He was supposed to be that true star for whoever drafted him. He was in talks to be the number 1 pick just a few years ago. I think the hype on Zach Wilson, if he doesn't turn into who everyone's hoping he will be, that might go down as one of the worst draft picks ever at number 2 by the New York Jets.
You hear, and I hear you, man. We got to have you in one of these days to talk more. We appreciate it. Ethan was a ball boy, a bat boy for the Tigers. The stories this kid can spin to you, they're just awesome. I mean, who didn't want to be a bat boy when they were growing up, or a bat girl? I mean, it was. So we got to have you in one of these days, Ethan. Thanks for the call, man.
Maz wanted to be Batman.
I do.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey,
Thanks,
talk to you later, kid.
That'd be a great one for our next guest.
Yeah.
Origins.
That's right.
Right.
Origins.
Yep. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick break. Or can we go on ahead and get to the Dan O thing so we don't keep pushing that back, and then we're going to get to our guest, Ben Smith, who's going to be live from Studio B talking about the NFL draft. He's got his podcast here, Origins. Make sure you're checking that out. But let's go on ahead and get to our daily dose of Dan O.
Dan Orlovsky. This time, he has pulled the rug out from under me because I thought Trey Lance was the guy, the hot shot. He's 20 years old. And Dan Orlovsky says, beware.
He says, beware.
Beware. Dan Orlovsky says,
I want to talk about Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance will be the biggest flyer at the quarterback position in the history of the NFL draft. Okay, the quarterback spot is about repetition, reps and reps and reps, and getting reps to get better at it. In the last 15 years of the NFL draft, there has been one quarterback that has been selected in the first round of the NFL draft that's had under 500 reps at the quarterback spot in college football. That was Mark Sanchez. He had 487. Trey Lance has had 318 reps. 318. That would be the least amount in the last 40 years of the NFL draft for a quarterback in the first round. If they traded up to 3 for Trey Lance, that is taking a huge flyer at the quarterback spot.
Bless you.
You know, I feel like, honestly, all quarterbacks right now are kind of a risk. It's all
no, but that's in all 40 years of the draft. That's a huge stat to not have the attempt. Now, obviously, we know it's COVID and the schedule and stuff like this.
And Division II.
And Division II. But again, did anybody not think that you were drafting him on pure potential?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So he's more, to me, he's like a Josh Allen.
What's the over-under for busts?
Yeah, Josh Allen turned out, though.
See, I think if I was going to rank quarterback busts, right, I'm going to start
out of 5.
Out of 5, right? I'm going to go Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
I think Mac Jones, and we're going to get to this, eventually, but I think there's a reason that San Francisco is going to take Mac Jones 3rd. It's because the system that they have, and he from what I see,
pick.
Right, if they don't trade. But here's the thing, is it because he's a system, you're talking about system guys or whatever like this, but if you're smart like that with a smart, intelligent coach, that's what Tom Brady's been living on. He hasn't been living on mobile, but so you can still see to win Super Bowls not being that mobile guy everybody's hung up on.
Let me ask you two guys this before we go to the break.
I'm a guy.
Let's say you guys, you get my guys.
Okay. I got you.
If the Packers are picking 3rd, if they make that deal, who are they taking?
Kyle Pitts.
Good point. Good.
Kyle Pitts.
Wow. That would just freaking turn this
draft. And that's when you'd see Aaron Rodgers come back and say, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. I love this city, and driving in the back of for practice.
Can you imagine if San Fran trades that to Green Bay? Green Bay takes Pitts. Now Atlanta's like, what the hell? What
Atlanta's going to freak out because at that point, what does Atlanta do?
But guess what? How many other teams will trade up then? Because there's an extra quarterback on the board.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
The Lions
so
could
maybe
be sitting,
Atlanta would have more trade bait at that point, but it would certainly make it so much more interesting. But then Honestly, I think Atlanta at that point would go for
a few hours.
Jamar Chase.
The best thing that could happen.
4
The
hours.
best thing that could happen to the Lions is if Aaron Rodgers goes to the 49ers right now.
Please, I would be so
See, you say
happy.
that in 2021, and then in 2024, when I bring it up, hey, I'll be like, Eazy, can you play this about
that's
Mavs
fine. I'll eat
back
it.
in the day eating?
I'll eat it.
I know it'd be cool though.
I always do.
I'm for it. Do you want it? Here's a question for you guys. Do you want to see a trade go down before we get downtown or before the draft begins, like in that first hour before the draft?
I want the draft right now.
Of course, I want it
Or do you
now.
want to see it, or do you want to see it live go down?
Unfold.
I want it
Now or
now.
live?
I want it now.
Yeah.
Now
No,
or
when
live
you like
when
to
it
see
happens.
something big and then process it, because then you have to process. You won't have time to process what's going on and what they could do or whatever. If they give you an hour or so to process it. I'm just thinking about if it's Christmas, man. I don't want just 3-4 presents. Give me a whole
I want your
ton.
oh shit reaction. That's why I want it now or during the draft. I want you guys going oh like that's,
the breaking news like right now. That would be great. But I feel it would certainly make
meow.
more of a impact, more of an impact to happen during the actual draft, right? I mean, look, if I feel like this offer to San Francisco that San Francisco gave Green Bay is, I would take it. But then again, I'm also a Lions fan, so I would have taken.
But then Green Bay is saying we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Exactly, unless they strongly believe in love.
No, they don't. So he's not going to win a Super Bowl for them. He's not going to win a Super Bowl for them.
No.
There's two teams.
They
both
can get
these
there,
teams,
though,
whoever gets
but-
Rodgers is the Super Bowl favorite.
I would agree with that, but I'm going to say I am a little bit concerned about Rodgers'
and then when
attitude.
he runs up against TB12 in the conference.
Oh, that's going to be a great game. I don't care if
And
he
loses
was
again
just kind
because
of
Kyle Shanahan goes for it and they get stuffed.
Or is it
No.
Matthew Stafford in the NFC Championship game?
Oh, but hey, I love the point that whoever
the
brought
NFC
it up.
rocks.
Hey, Easy, did you bring it up? Imagine Stafford and Rodgers again.
That's what I'm saying. Stafford being in his house fucking throwing chairs and shit. He's probably all pissed off. Aaron Rodgers ends up in San Francisco. He's like, I just got away from this fucking guy.
Right. That would be great.
Just
All right,
when I
guys.
was out, they pulled me back in.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we've got Ben Smith live from Studio B talking about the NFL draft, so don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. Ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, it's Maz from MyBookie. It's the draft tonight. You could bet on it. You could pick who's gonna go first, who's gonna go second, who's gonna go last in this draft. Will Green Bay even make a trade with San Francisco? Bet it all on mybookie.ag. Predict it, folks. Will it be Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, or somebody else? Who's your hunch? And don't forget, this Saturday is the Kentucky Derby. It's May 1st. And get some freebies from MyBookie. They're celebrating the 2021 Derby with a host of free games, spins, and chips available in the MyBookie Casino. Pick your horse right there. Sign up now with the promo code Woodward. Get your first deposit matched up to $1,000. Promo code Woodward. Get your free money and get going with a win. Start tonight with the NFL Draft. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. Make sure that you are joining in on the conversations on our social media at Woodward Sports. And, of course, you can always give us a call, 313-552-6322. All right, guys, I hope you've been catching his show here on the network, Origins. Joining us from Studio B, we have got our boy, Ben Smith. Hey, Ben.
Hey,
welcome to
everybody.
the show.
Hey, Benny.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey, man, you're the first guest ever in Studio B.
Yeah, I appreciate you naming it after me too. That was really nice.
I
Studio
call it
Ben.
Studio Ben. They say
Studio
Studio
Ben.
B, but you
Hey.
know, it's your home.
Hey, tell us tell us a little bit about your show first, and then of course take it in to what we're looking at tonight, the NFL Draft, my favorite event.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's mine too. I haven't missed one in like a decade easily. But no, Origins is my podcast where I tell you the origin story of anything relating to the world of sports. I invite on experts in whatever field that I'm talking about. So I've had scientists on, I've had historians, I've had museum curators help tell the story. Anyone who could help me tell the story, I will have them on. And each week it's something different, whether it's a celebration, the sport itself, or something that happens within a game. I'll tell you how it came to be and why we have it now.
That's awesome.
And,
do you know the origins of the draft?
I sure do. And that is what that is quite the lead in there. Like, as you said, Pilar, the wait is finally over for the 2021 NFL draft. So again, I thought I'd come on and share with you where the draft came from. And pretty much by telling the story of the NFL draft, you have to tell the story of former NFL Commissioner Burt Bell. Now, by the end of this segment, you'll hear about the foresight and just how truly revolutionary Burt Bell was, with the NFL draft just being one of his many creations that he gave to the NFL. But Burt Bell, he came from a very famous family in the state of Pennsylvania. His father, John Bell, was a former district attorney for Philadelphia, state attorney general. His older brother, Burt's older brother, John Jr., was lieutenant governor. He was the 33rd governor of Pennsylvania. He was later a Supreme Court justice in Pennsylvania, eventually rising to chief justice. So he came from a very accomplished family, and he tried to follow in the footsteps of his father and older brother by going to Penn and playing football there. Unfortunately, though, for that man, who is definitely not posing for that photo, he's actually on the phone, I'm sure. Unfortunately for Burt, though, World War I broke out during his college days, and he had to leave school to join the Army and fight for his country. So unfortunately, Burt had to drop out of Penn because he wasn't able to get back into the swing of things when he got back to the football field or in the classroom. It's not really clear if it was PTSD or anything like that, but he was forced to leave college. So he was a college dropout. He worked a lot of odd jobs, did Burt Bell, including one at the Ritz-Carlton in downtown Philadelphia, which gave him a job during one of the toughest times in American history, right after the Great Depression in the 30s and late 20s. But it was at the Ritz where he'd start to muck it up with NFL guys. Eventually, by 1933, Burt Bell raised enough funds and was encouraged by his family to purchase one of 3 new NFL teams that entered the NFL that year. They bought the Philadelphia Eagles. So Burt Bell introduced the Eagles into the NFL. And in 1933 through 1935, they sucked. They were bad. They were not good at all. 3-5-1 in his first year as the owner.
Still suck.
True. Yeah, true that.
How can you say they suck when they won a Super Bowl in the last?
Go ahead, Ben.
With their backup quarterback.
Don't let us interrupt you. My bad.
Yeah, so go on, because this is actually a really great story.
Thanks.
I love.
Yeah.
I love
Take
the
me up
story
to when
of
the
how
Giants win the Super Bowl. No, go ahead.
No, I love how it
we'll
all
just skip way
happened.
ahead. Yeah. Oh,
And
it's
how
great.
he
Yeah.
proposed the draft. He's actually. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Okay,
he was 3-5-1 in his first year, not great. 4-7 in his second, 2-9 in his third. They sucked, and he was pissed about that. So Burt Bell was not happy with the way the NFL player transitioned year to year. Anyone entering the pros from college, they could go wherever they wanted to go. Players who are in the NFL could go wherever they wanted to go based on just like who their buddies are, kind of like the NBA is now, it seems. But they straight up sucked, and at this time, once again, no rhyme or reason to the player movement. So after 1935, Bell suggested this game-changing idea that would create some competitive balance and give every team at least a fighting chance to improve themselves. And they could do so by putting teams in the order in which they finished the previous season. And that would create an order in which college players could be selected to join the NFL. And it would turn into a reality by 1936. As you see there, the unanimous decision to have the NFL draft come into fruition. The next part is one of my favorite parts of this story because Burt Bell added one more thing into his request for the draft. He wanted it held in Philadelphia, the first one, specifically at the spot that gave him a job at the tough part of his life, the Ritz-Carlton in downtown Philadelphia, and he got his wish. In 1936, the very first NFL draft was held at the place that gave him a job during a really tough time in his life. So, and wouldn't you know it, the Eagles would have that very first NFL draft pick because, once again, they sucked. With the first ever NFL draft pick, the Eagles selected Jay Berwanger, a running back out of the University of Chicago. and the Downtown Athletic Club Award winner in 1936. The first year that award is given to the best college football player, which in 1937 would change its name to the Heisman Trophy. So it wasn't a great start for the draft. Berwanger would never play it down in the NFL. He ended up asking for more money in one season than Bell paid for the team itself. So yeah, swing and a miss for Bell in his first draft. But the team, the draft would fit and be adapted all over the world. So once again, Burt Bell brought the Eagles into the NFL. He created the NFL draft. If that wasn't enough of a mark on the league, I want to skip ahead a little bit, go to 1946 when he was elected commissioner of the NFL. And he went on to create the following list of things. And let me know if it sounds like the NFL we know and love today. Burt Bell was behind the way the NFL scheduled its games, still to this day. He merged with pro football competitors at the time to help bring in 3 new teams, the Browns, the Baltimore Colts, and the 49ers. As commissioner, Bell helped the players form their union. The NFL Players Association was helped out by the NFL commissioner at the time, which is very strange to think about in these days. He also created the first pension plan for NFL players. He created the waiver wire. For all you gambling fans, go ahead and thank Burt Bell as well for the injury report. That was him. The 2-minute warning, overtime. Crazy. Finally, his biggest contribution to the league may have been the NFL's television rights deal. It was the first of its kind. He was the first to introduce that idea as a way to get money into the league. Without that, who knows how we'd be, consuming the NFL today, or even if the NFL would have been able to sustain itself financially. But they would set up a future in the NFL just on the TV rights deal alone that would help them maintain supremacy at the top of the sports world. So tonight at 7, while you're watching Woodward Sports coverage of the NFL draft, raise a shot of 8 Mile vodka, whatever you have, to Burt Bell, because everything we know and love about this night came from the mind of Burt Bell.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ben, do you know what other team he partially owned? Later he went on
to
the
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point too. So the way that I trace back his ability to really get with the players. That's why it's so strange. He helped form the players union and their pension plans. I believe he learned a lot of that from the Rooneys while he was a partial owner. He owned about 40% of the Steelers at a period of time in the 40s. Yeah.
After he sold the Eagles, he went off in portion.
Yeah.
So he's very much involved in I feel like what the NFL is today, Ben. I'm so happy you shared that story with us because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't even know how many NFL drafts we've had. Everybody knows Super Bowl 50, Super Bowl 55. Everybody knows the Super Bowl number, but it's not like they have draft number 86. You know what I mean? The first draft was in 1936. So a lot of people don't really know that. So I'm happy that somebody actually is able to share the story of the history of the draft and how it came to be.
We'll look forward to seeing your show, Benny.
Yeah. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me on, and have fun tonight.
Just so everybody knows, too, all the great graphics, all the funny videos and all that stuff, that's Ben's handiwork. So not only is he the origins history guy, he's the guy behind the scenes.
Nice job, Ben.
Thanks, Benny.
I appreciate it, D-Max. Thank you, guys.
No worries.
You got
Thanks,
it. Hey,
Ben.
I got
We'll see
more stories on Aaron Rodgers just popping in left and right. So I got to get it out there.
Oh, boy. All right. Get him in.
Guess what other team has called on Aaron Rodgers? We'll tell you right after this break. You won't believe it.
Oh, all right. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. That was good.
I know who it is.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Hey, friends. Sun RVs have over 160 RV and camping resorts in the U.S. and Canada. Guests can enjoy water parks, lazy rivers, miniature golf, restaurants, bars, and even Wi-Fi if they want to stay connected. With locations from the Florida Keys to Myrtle Beach to San Diego Bay and Petoskey, Michigan, guests can enjoy the outdoors at a Sun RV resort. All right, everybody, welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Before our break, we had some juicy gossip.
This is
the Aaron Rodgers draft. It'll forever be known.
I didn't even have time to Google it, so tell all of us.
Well,
Dime.
not only did the Packers and 49ers talk, but the Los Angeles Rams have now inquired about grabbing Aaron Rodgers. They're also, if I remember, in California.
And closer to
Yeah,
where Aaron Rodgers is from.
Forget the fact they just did Stafford.
No, I understand, but that's
goes
more.
to Green Bay.
Stafford was playing Green Bay.
Oh, man.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Oh, I love it.
What,
Pick sixes all day.
Did they say what they were talking?
No, who gives a shit?
Stafford I think that's more enticing
I want to see Stafford playing Green Bay. This would be hilarious.
Oh,
freaking
my
hilarious.
Gosh, could you imagine?
What's the over/under on the Aaron Rodgers going away video? Because then the Lions did go a whole 9-minute one.
God.
Tom Brady did 2-minute one.
Oh my God.
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, again, you hear this, the scuttlebutt when it cracks open, and the fact that he cracks open, there's no turning back, and it's where Aaron Rodgers, who he is, where he's at in his career, what it's all about. He's not holding back, so. And you see who's serious. You're going to see that this could be a dogfight for a trade.
Yeah.
This could be the most exciting draft ever.
I just can't even wait. I can't even wait. I know it's going to be intense tonight,
I just
guys.
I just like it for the fact that because of San Francisco, right, takes Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback, that means one of the quarterbacks to be chosen, somebody want to move up to where we're at in 7.
Oh, this is really great stuff.
Mavs can't get up right now?
Great. What number does the Rams? Where did the Rams pick in the first round? I don't have it in front of me.
Where
do the Rams pick?
Much.
I don't think they have a first-round pick this year.
That's right. They gave all their. What are they going to give?
I mean, well, they're going to give up for sure.
They got to give up Stafford.
Well, yeah, of course.
They were going to start with there, but I normally have this.
Just be that. It has to be like second-round picks, third-round picks.
I mean,
when's their first pick?
It's crazy. I normally have this always pulled up on here, but all right, you guys pull it up. I think that this is actually a little bit more enticing to Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you, his family's from Southern California, great weather. I mean, I know that he did want to play for San Francisco as a kid, but can you beat Southern California?
Yeah, but who would you choose if
Rams?
you're Aaron Rodgers if you had a choice between the Rams and
for
great
Super Bowl
coaches?
team?
Well, that's a good
I would
question.
say, yep, incredible coaches.
Yeah, but where would you? I'd go San Fran. I think San Fran's closer with the weapons, with Kittle, with Debo, with everything else. I think I want to go there and their defense.
Their defense, right. I mean, you have to remember, a lot of the San Francisco 49ers problem last year was injuries. They don't have that this year. So, I mean, he should go to the 49ers. I would hope, as a Detroit Lions fan, that he would go to the 49ers because I'd much rather be playing up against Garoppolo than somebody, or even Love, than somebody like Matthew Stafford. So I know that would be the revenge
game would be great.
Oh, no.
And he lights
the Rams pick 25th in the second round. So that's pick 57.
Wow.
That's their first pick. It'll be tomorrow night, pick 57. So Stafford, pick 57, and I don't know, someone on defense, how about a receiver for the Packers? The Packers need a receiver. The Rams got maybe Cooper Kupp.
And you got
goes over.
You got to remember, because why is this conversation happening? Because there's stalls in the extension talk to Aaron Rodgers extension. So he's not happy with what's going on, and so this is what they call the perfect storm.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna get good. Fish, you got a call for us, right?
There we go. Carlos from Wyoming is going to talk some draft.
All right, Carlos, welcome to the Hook. How are you, my friend?
I'm excellent, if not superb.
Boy, Carlos. Hey, yesterday I thought you were actually calling from the state of Wisconsin. I had to be reminded
Wyoming, man.
That Wyoming. Sorry,
Wyoming, Michigan.
Wyoming,
it's a suburb.
Michigan. I know it's Wyoming,
Michigan, exactly. West Side, baby.
Kevin reminded me of
You're
that.
getting some West Side support.
Love it.
You're getting West Side support.
There you go.
I thought you were calling from Wyoming.
So did I. I was a dummy.
You're right.
Not
The state of Wyoming. No.
No.
All right, Carlos, what do you have for us today, my friend?
Anyways, listen, I wanted to talk about the Dan Orlovsky thing, right? So he's talking about refs. If I'm not mistaken,
Oh no, Carlos, hold on.
Carlos, we lost
Carlos,
you.
hold on. Try it again. Is that something in our booth or on his
No,
phone?
that's got to be him.
It's the internet or
We're
something.
safe.
Maz, you didn't answer, though. Where would you rather go, San Francisco or L.A. if you're Stafford?
If I'm Rodgers?
I'm sorry, if you're Rodgers, yeah.
I probably want to go to. I'm with D-Mac here. I think I'd rather go to the 49ers. First of all, they have their own stadium. They're not sharing it with anyone. Second of all, I like Kyle Shanahan a lot. I mean, to have Mike Shanahan as his right-hand man and I'm sure Aaron Rodgers looked up to him over the years. Plus, that's where he wanted to go since he was a boy. I think it's a slam dunk that he would want to go there. But to play with Aaron Donald on defense, that would be kind of nice. I definitely think the 49ers have the advantage over the Rams as far as talent goes.
Yeah.
And what to offer, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly getting interesting. Guys, what do you want to see happen? Let us know on our social media at Woodward Sports.
We have a trivia still.
Yes,
we do.
That's
Trivia.
crazy. Yeah, this show's wild.
I know.
Give us a call if you want to play draft trivia.
313-552-6322. Carlos, also call us back. Something happened there with the phone line.
By the way, these questions, I couldn't make them any easier. So
really?
if you want, I couldn't make them any easier.
I know.
No.
Yesterday's was fun.
Yesterday's was easier.
This is so easy. This is kindergarten.
All right. Well, you guys got to call in. Call in and win your $100 gift card to either your choice of Lashish or Detroit Wing Company, all thanks to our friends over at Hall Financial.
While we're waiting around and seeing if we're going to get any calls for our trivia.
Are we doing that now?
No. While we're waiting around, I'm going to say,
We're the way in trivia a little bit. We're having some...
Put up Ghetto Gronk's mock draft.
Ghetto Gronk?
I want to look at Ghetto Gronk. And Ghetto Gronk is on Instagram. He's got like 1 billion followers. Check this mock draft out. This is something you want to look at. And we can read some to you. Let me,
Can we get that? Yeah, that's. I would say we either got to pull that up on ours,
I sent it to you
I
sent it to you on your message.
That's
so you
really
can look
small.
At it. I know, but I sent it to you as well.
So if you're looking at this, now this is the brilliance, right? So the Jaguars pick a 1, and Ghetto Gronk, great player whose career gets wasted.
That's amazing.
Who do the Jets take, Baz?
The Jets take Sarah Fuller, the girl who kicked last year for, I think it was Vanderbilt, if I'm not mistaken.
Vanderbilt, kicker, the first
That's who the Jets take.
Short.
You can take number 3, Pilar.
San Francisco takes the wrong quarterback.
Unless.
Or do they?
Unless
Or do they?
Go ahead, Mac, at number 4.
Ignore horrible defense and draft a tight end.
That's the Falcons picking at 4.
Sounds about right.
Number 5 was a simple one. Bengals, life insurance for Joe Burrow.
Right. At 6, they've got the Dolphins, the wide receiver Eagles fans wanted. That's so true.
That's it.
That's because the Eagles were picking at that number.
And I disagree. I would firmly agree. He's going off of the previous 100-year performance or whatever. The Detroit Lions at 7, a bust that's out of the league in 3 years. I disagree.
Here's the best one. At number 8, the Carolina Panthers select a player that's grateful the Lions didn't draft that.
So wrong.
That's the pick of the draft.
That is so wrong. Oh my goodness. Are we going to keep going on these?
These are great.
Okay. So then at 8, Carolina.
No, I got that one. 9.
Oh, yeah.
Broncos.
9. Someone to help them go 5-11 for the Broncos.
Oh, here's Pilar's Dallas
I should have done
Cowboys
this
at 10, cornerback that can't cover.
I mean, ain't that the truth?
Hey, look at this. Look how this falls to me at 11. The New York Football Giants select someone to recover all of Daniel Jones's fumbles.
Well, he's got little hands, Maz.
He does.
He's got
little,
baby hands.
I like him, though. I really do.
All right, 12. Howie ignores Eagles scouts and passes on great player.
That's Howie, their GM, Howie Rose.
The Chargers, this is
13.
brilliant.
This is
new team
wrong.
doctor because Tyrod Taylor got his
They need a new team
lung,
doctor.
punctured lung because of the doctor giving him an injection.
Yeah, doctor end a career.
The Vikings at 14, the player the Eagles scouts wanted. So it must have been another trade that the Eagles have made. It's good.
At 15, Belichick passes on elite wide receiver for a left-footed punter. No. They're going to be a little smarter this year. That one's probably the one I'm going to disagree with.
Go ahead, Mac.
16,
on the Raiders.
Cardinals are terrible defensive player. All right, they're apropos. They've done that before.
I got the Raiders. John Gruden reaching on a high character guy. High character
that's funny.
in quotes.
That is
Hey, you get a good one.
amazing. I know.
character.
I get a good
Pilar
one.
gets a good one.
At 18, the Houston Texans trade new massage therapist for Deshaun Watson.
Well, we all know this. Washington at 19 need a new owner.
I hope it's a guy.
Need a new owner.
You need a guy
The
there.
Redskins owner needs a new owner. Washington needs a new owner. Okay, number 20, it's the Bears. Great player that Ryan Pace cuts in 3 years to save cap space.
Oh my gosh! At 21, replacement quarterback for Wentz for when Wentz gets injured. I mean, you need 100% a good backup for Wentz. He's always going to get hurt.
22, Tennessee Titans, complete bust that gets traded for nothing in a week.
Ooh.
Poor Titans. I got the Seahawks. Says Pete Carroll trades up for a running back. So
Well, that's
yeah.
when Najee Harris goes to the right
There you go.
24, Steelers pick traded for Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah, it's his brother,
Oh,
little brother. Patrick Mahomes' little brother.
That's terrible.
Hey.
Los Angeles Rams. Who cares about first-round picks?
That's right.
Right?
They don't have a first-round
Exactly.
pick for a long time.
That's why if I'm Rodgers, I want to go to the 49ers. The Rams will have nothing going into the future,
No.
really.
Number 26, the Browns. And they're the home team tonight for the draft. Someone who likes to get shit on. That's who the Browns are drafting.
Do you know what that's in reference to, Maz?
I don't.
There was
Oh, yeah, someone shit in the... wasn't it someone who shit in the closet in someone's shoe?
It's kind of gross in that. Actually, I don't even know if I want to say it. It's something to do with Odell Beckham and what he's into.
Odell Beckham likes to get
Yeah.
shat on?
Yeah, per
I
sources.
didn't know that.
Gross.
OBJ.
Yeah.
OBJ, yes.
Nasty. All right, at 27, Ravens take wide receiver for Greg Roman to not use.
There you go.
Thank you. That is why Julio Jones should not go there.
Go ahead, Mac. Mac, you got the Saints.
Saints, someone who plays 4 different positions.
That's
a good one.
too.
All right, I got the Packers. A backup that will never play. That's who the Packers are drafting.
Maybe if they take this Garoppolo trade, I think Love will play. At 30, Buffalo takes someone that can actually defend a Hail Mary. Yes.
Remember what Kyler Murray did to them last year.
This is great how it falls. Kansas City's going to make a trade for a domestic violence enthusiast. And number 32, Tom Mazawey, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, this is amazing. Say it, my friend.
Say it.
Someone to carry drunk Tom Brady at next year's parade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back to
How
back,
did that fall to
baby.
me?
Back to back. Yeah. Those are funny.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my God. That is from, again, the
Ghetto-
gentleman's
Ghetto
called
Gronk.
Ghetto Gronk on Instagram.
I think the
Yeah.
levity, you need some levity. It's such an exciting, intense time. This and that, obviously, names Aaron Rodgers talking trades and stuff. The levity to it, to the reality of the past. Some of these are really good.
They are. They were good. They were good. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it's going to be time for us to play our world famous.
Before we go, we do have the phones back up and running.
Okay, perfect. So give us a call. It's going to be time for our world famous Get Home with Hall Financial. It is NFL Draft edition. So very fun questions. I
Easy.
feel like it's going to be easy enough for you guys to
Easy.
win. 313-552-6322. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, my friends, it is time for us to play our world famous Get Home with Hall Financial. Normally baseball trivia, but tonight it is NFL draft trivia. Fish, who do we have?
We have our good old friend Kevin, who's going to try to win.
All right, Kevin.
What's up, Kev?
By the way,
From
Kevin, did
Sweden?
you get that care package we sent you that I owed you from day one?
Not yet.
Okay, it's in the mail. It's in the mail.
All right, cool.
All right,
I
but
appreciate it.
you've never won the trivia, so Pilar, take it over.
Nope.
All right, Kevin. So you know the rules, right? All you have to do is answer all 4 questions correctly, and you, my friend, will win a $100 gift card to either your choice of Lashish or Detroit Wing Company, all thanks to our friends over at Hall Financial. Are you ready
All
to
right.
play?
Yes.
Okay. What team picked John Elway first overall in the '83 draft?
What team did he go to? Or get
Who picked
by?
him?
Yep. Who picked him?
The Colts.
Nice.
There you go.
Put it
Good
up there.
job. All right.
Number 2, what team traded all of its draft picks for running back Ricky Williams? Mike Ditka was the man that made this move.
You there, Kevin?
The Dolphins.
Nah.
No. No.
I'll give you
no,
one
no.
more guess, and that's it.
It's
All
what team traded all its draft picks for running back Ricky Williams?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now.
That was an accident.
The New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kevin, are you
Googling,
looking this
Kev.
stuff up?
Yeah, good Googling, Kev.
No.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out.
All right. You're
The
only getting,
wording.
you're only getting like
Williams.
5 seconds for this next one, okay? I'm
right,
tired
go
of being
for it.
Santa Maz. Here we go. Question number 3. Who was the Lions' second first-round pick after they drafted Ndamukong Suh in 2010?
That's a good one.
Lions. Job at best.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Good job. All right. For the win. Are you ready,
That was an accident, too.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay. What team actually ran out of time and missed making their first round
Minnesota
pick?
Vikings.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Nice.
That's a good one. I love it.
Happy Lions Christmas, Kev. Great job, buddy. Great
yes,
job.
And
Congratulations.
screw you, Matt, for
Yeah,
saying
screw
I
you,
looked
Matt.
anything up.
Yeah, well, boy.
Right.
You looked up that Ditka.
He did
Don't you
not
tell
look
me.
it up.
No, I didn't.
All
Good
right.
job.
I
fine.
believe Kevin.
Great
I
job,
believe
Kev.
Kevin.
I kept you in the game, didn't I?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. So take that back.
Hey, I want to know, is Lashish like a fancy place?
Lashish would be Mediterranean.
It would be like, yeah,
shish
Arabic
kebab,
food.
But is it fancy? Like,
No, you can
No.
go. You can chill. You can go on
Is it
anything.
All right,
Chill.
the $100 wing card, because I'm not there, but I want you to give it to my man Art, because he loves wings, and he can take his family there, his 8 kids,
Fuck, it's not gonna be
his
enough.
wife.
It's not going to
Well,
be.
hey,
it's
man,
not gonna be
you gotta
enough, but
put
we
a
will-
spin into it.
Nice job, man.
That
you got
is
it,
so
Kev.
sweet.
Kevin.
Nice
Nice
going,
to-
man.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
It's the nicest thing
man.
anybody's ever done for art, and I don't want anybody to continue doing nice things for art. But Kev, you're allowed because you're a hooker, bro.
Hey, man, I love you guys. I'll be watching at 7.
All right, bud.
All right,
Kevin, this is for you.
Seinfeld, you magnificent bastard.
That's right. You are a magnificent bastard. Congratulations.
All right,
man.
you're the best.
All right, you're the
buddy.
best, Kev. Thanks,
All
bud.
right, Kevin and
All
Muskegon.
right,
Nice job.
yes. Congratulations.
Let some sunshine.
Art's going
on
out
Arts.
to dinner.
Look at that.
Yes, I like it. All right, guys, let's get to me gusta or no me gusta. Are you ready? And you guys can play along with us. You know how you do it on all of our social media across the board at Woodward Sports.
I have more Aaron Rodgers news, too.
Oh, well, you.
No, go ahead.
No.
No. We'll wait. Let's play.
After
Let's
the
play
mini-
Oh, let's do
Gusta.
Aaron Rodgers. What's going on now?
Let's play Gusta.
I know. All right. So just hit us up on our social media, te gusta or no te gusta, at Woodward Sports across the board. All right, my friends, here we go. The Lions should draft the best available player tonight at number 7. Te gusta or no te gusta? D-Mac, you go first.
No te gusta. They should draft the best player available in what they plan on doing moving forward. All I'm looking for is direction, and hopefully it's to see the plan played out instead of just pick to pick. You know, like living paycheck to paycheck. They actually show some investment into where they're going direction-wise. So, no me gusta. It has to fit their scheme.
Okay. Tom Mazawey, te gusta or no te gusta?
No me gusta on this end as well. I want them to trade that pick away. And we're going to do our mock draft here in just a couple of minutes. But I don't want them sitting at 7. I don't want an offensive lineman at 7. If you got no trade partner, hell, I might take a wide receiver at this point more than an offensive lineman. And I know I haven't been saying it all week. Don't take the toy. I'm a big Dan Orlovsky guy. He says, I don't want an offensive lineman. We have a good offensive line. We can draft.
Good's
we can
not great.
Then you're going to say...
There's 5 other tackles that we can get in the second round at that pick. I want a guy that's going to kick the shit out of somebody.
I'm about to put Maz in the 8 Mile vodka square for the rest of the show.
That's fine.
What statement was that?
That's fine. I want
Word.
to trade out of that pick, or I'm taking someone with a name.
So then for you, it's te gusta. You said no me gusta.
No, he wants to
I
trade
said no
out.
me gusta. I want out.
He wants out.
The Lions should draft the best available
No,
player.
they
Well, the
should
best
trade out of
available
the
player
pick.
could be Penei Sewell, but
He
I
said
don't want
trade
him.
out of the pick.
I'm trading out of the pick.
Well, that wasn't a trade. Trade. When I read it,
No, he
the
said
Lions shouldn't draft the best.
No,
but trade is not.
Then he said
an
no
option.
because not best possible. He said wide receiver because best possible is probably going to be an offensive line.
Okay, how about I just answer?
So what if though Jamar is still available?
Then
That's
I'm
who you
taking
would
him.
want. Because that would be
But he's
in a
best-
lot of people's
but isn't that
next best player if he's still available. That's kind of the shiny.
I'll tell you what.
bells
Go fuck yourselves, everybody. I'm taking the Lions. Trade the goddamn pick. That's it.
Whoa,
No
why
me
has it gotta
gusta, me
be
gusta,
GD?
whatever the F it is. Trade the freaking pick.
All right.
I mean, geez,
Jeez,
we're
it's
like
a
we're just over
Thursday.
3 hours before Christmas dinner.
I know,
you know,
and
he's got
it's
Uncle Tom's gonna
Thursday.
act like that.
busting my balls?
Mad. Why you gotta get so mad,
Yeah,
man?
why you gotta get so mad?
All right, easy.
You're
Careful
being
how
a
you
real
answer
Maz
this.
hole right now.
Yeah, you're being a mazzle.
Whatever.
No me gusta. Draft. I mean, Penei Sewell might be the best available guy. Take him. But take Penei Sewell. Take the lineman. Or I don't want to say I'm in Maz's camp because he said take a wide receiver, but
Boring.
trade back if you can.
Yeah, but this trade back is not an option for this. So let's assume that they're not going to get the trade offers,
Okay.
right? So
No.
Well, the whole thing is no me gusta on the because that's
Lost in translation.
Well, it's weird.
It
It's a
is.
weird
Totally.
position because it's do you take who's the best available? If it's Penei Sewell and Jamar Chase, well, are you going by whoever said? But it's your direction your team wants to go, right? If they take Sewell, well, I know they're going to build it from the lines in and out and stuff like that. If they go receiver, well, they're trying to get more weapons and they're doing more of what Orlovsky said. So that's why.
all right, Fish, te gusta o no te gusta?
Me gusta. They should take the best available player.
All right, I'm going to
See how
say.
easy that was, man?
I know, right? I mean, thank you for setting the example. I'm going to say No me gusta. Don't take the best available player. Take what you need.
Sorry,
if that so happens that it's the best available player, like Penei Sewell's going to be the next best available, then you take that. But I think you take what you need. All right, guys, we're going to take a really quick break here. When we come back, though, we're going to do our own mock draft as our own, the Hook mock draft.
And
So-
Aaron Rodgers news.
Oh, tell me now.
No, you're already going to a break.
Oh, shoot. All right,
blew it.
don't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
If you were nicer.
You know what? I'm just trying to get all your reads in, Maz. I'm just trying to help you out here.
Appreciate it, Pilar.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Joey's like a little girl running out of that store. You see him?
It's
He's
great.
all right, though. Have you checked your mortgage lately, folks? It's Maz for Hall Financial. If it's around 3%, maybe a little higher, it's time to call Hall Financial for a free 5-minute checkup because they can get you lower. They can even get you less years on your mortgage as well. Hall Financial's fast. They do all the heavy lifting for you, so give them a try. DavidHallMortgage.com now to get started. Tell them The Hook sent you. Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, more personal attention.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, my friends, we've been waiting for this long enough. Tom Mazawey, give us the new Aaron Rodgers news.
Well, we told you about the Packers and the 49ers talking about him. Then we told you the Rams have inquired about acquiring Aaron Rodgers. Pro Football Talk is saying, source with knowledge of dynamics, whatever that means, says Aaron Rodgers could indeed be traded this weekend.
Whoa.
Just to put a little bit more in there, it's looking like
This weekend, though,
this draft, the draft, somewhere in this draft.
But today,
That
is
makes sense.
today considered the weekend?
Yeah, this is a weekend.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday's
Yeah,
a
it's
long
not a
weekend.
weekend. Thursday's the weekend.
I put the party hair up, so
I love
I'm getting
it.
ready for Christmas.
I feel if he's going to be drafted, it's going to be drafted tonight. There's no way somebody's not going to give up tonight's first round.
Or they
pick.
get next year's,
Or
and the year
they get-
after, and the year after.
Or
It's happening tonight.
unless it's I feel
going
or
down tonight.
unless
Yeah.
We're going
they
to be at
end
the
up
Delmar when it goes down.
Yep.
they end up going with the Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, then
They get Stafford.
Then they get Stafford, right? They're not in such a rush to get that number 3 pick. All right, guys, there's so much anticipation for tonight. Make sure that you are joining us all here on the network on Woodward Sports. And if you have a chance, make sure you get out to Del Mar. What's it?
The Del Mar,
The
Detroit.
Del
Down in
Mar
Greektown.
in downtown Detroit.
Greektown.
It'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys, so let's get to our own, the Hook's top 10 mock draft. So am I leading this one first,
You are.
Tom? All right, so
You are.
with the first pick of the
Hold on, I got to find that music. Where the heck's that music?
we have
hidden?
it?
Huh?
Yeah. The draft music?
Yeah.
draft music?
My bad.
Wow, man.
He said, wow, Maz.
Are you
Hey,
effing kidding me?
I screwed up.
At least he's
Big deal.
All right, can I do my
Follow
first
the
pick,
leader.
or do
Go
I
ahead.
have
Do
to
your
wait
fir-
10
no,
minutes?
You can do your first pick right now.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. With the first pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, that's
All
what
right,
everybody's going
Tom.
to say. I don't think they mess this one up. They're going to go with Chalk.
The pick is in.
The New York Jets on the clock. They will select quarterback BYU, Zach Wilson. We're sticking with it.
All
Taking
right.
it all.
And this is not any trades going on. So San Francisco will take the smartest quarterback in the draft, and Mac Jones from Alabama going third. So up to 3, the draft plays out the way it's
Eazy,
prognosticated.
you're on the clock with the Falcons.
I'm on the clock. I didn't know I was participating.
Yeah, if you read the
Number
sheets I give you.
Number
It's
4
all right.
pick.
We could
50
skip
of them
you.
a day.
With the number 4 pick.
With the number 4 pick, the Atlanta Falcons select Trey Lance. They're going to get up with Aaron Rodgers. I'm trading Matt Ryan. I'm getting Aaron Rodgers.
Trey Lance
Kyle Pitts.
to
Kyle Pitts got
Atlanta.
traded. Fuck.
Wait, Kyle Pitts or Trey Lance?
I'm getting Kyle Pitts because I'm trading
too
Matt
late.
Ryan to
Wait,
the
what
Packers.
did
No,
it's
he
too
said
late.
he was
Wait a second. You're
kidding.
pulling the Vikings
can't.
2003.
Once
Are
you
gonna
say
make
a
your
name,
pick or
that's
not?
it.
He was kidding. He said Kyle Pitts.
Yes, Kyle Pitts. Clearly.
He messed.
He was kidding.
I put it down as Trey Lance already.
I did too.
I
So you
started.
spelled Kyle Pitts wrong.
You're right. I got you.
Fair
I
enough.
got you.
Kyle Pitts to Atlanta. Okay.
All right.
Luke.
He's
gonna ruin
Luke,
me
you're
right
the
here.
Bengals.
All right, guys. With the 5th pick in the NFL draft, the Bengals select Penei Sewell.
Oh no!
I feel like they could draft Luke. That's you off. What are you, left tackle?
All right, Pilar.
All right, that goes with the Miami Dolphins to Pilar.
All right. So, with the next pick in the draft, I think that the Miami Dolphins select quarterback Justin Fields.
Oh my!
Wow.
Yep.
Oh
I
my!
don't think that they trust Tua.
That's crazy.
Justin Fields is going to shake up the draft for Miami.
Guess who's on the clock now? Detroit Lions. Since everyone else effed up, we're going to take Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU.
Boy, aren't you happy?
I am. It fell right. This is the way it's supposed to fall. All right, Carolina's
Carolina
up, Matt.
at 8. We're going to solidify the corner. Another Alabama kid. Patrick Surtain,
Nice.
cornerback, Alabama.
Wow, Dallas is pissed.
Good. Good.
Hey, Eazy, you're the Denver Broncos.
Who's on the board right now? Oh, Trey Lance. Easy.
All right, there it is. Trey Lance.
Look at that. The Broncos get their man.
And Pilar. Oh, did we give Pilar the last one?
No,
Or-
Luke's got the last
sorry.
one.
Sorry,
How
Luke.
about them Cowboys?
Say J.C. Horn.
The Cowboys are going to shock the world and select Najee Harris.
Whoa! And there you have it.
Pilar does not look happy about that.
There
Well, no,
you
I mean
have
it's like the crazy Gronk one or whatever that we just saw. They're supposed to take the cornerback that's going to end up not being able to cover. So I had them taking J.C. Horn. I had them.
We should have gave you the Cowboys.
I like
Yeah, I
it.
know, right? For sure. All right, guys, what do y'all think of the Hook draft?
I like
Our
Ghetto
mock
Gronk's draft better.
Ghetto Gronk. That's who it was from. That's a funny one. That one
That's a
was
good one.
great. All right, I mean, who do you guys think? Are we on? Are we off? Let us know your thoughts at Woodward Sports. Okay, guys, are we gonna get to our Who You Like tonight, or we're not doing that tonight? We're doing
We
all
should do Who You Like Draft Edition.
all draft edition. Let's do that.
Your perfect draft scenario?
Who you like? Well, we got our next
picks,
2 minutes.
right?
So, who you like for the Detroit Lions to take?
Or you know what, guy? If you want, it's up to you. I have some prop bets from my bookie. If you want to do Who You Like on,
All right.
on
Well, we
these.
got a minute and a half, so let's go.
Well, you already made
Don't we
the,
have
you,
our
you already
picks
made
already
the
up
things
there in
up.
a graphic?
Yeah, we got the graphics.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, who's up first? Pilar.
Okay.
Put up Pilar's graphic.
Okay, let me find it.
What's the question?
What's Who You Like? I
No,
guess.
who did you pick?
We're
Oh.
remixing it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Pilar's pick is in. There it is. The Detroit
oh, there we go.
Lions
Okay.
select.
Oh, now I get what we're doing. Okay.
I was a little lost there too. Don't worry.
I know. All right. Pilar's pick is in. The Detroit Lions select Penei Sewell. Holla. Woo! That's what we needed.
All
Okay,
right.
next.
Go ahead, Mac.
All right. D-Mac, on the same page. So Darren McCarty picking for the Detroit Lions. They select with D-Mac's pick. Ask Clown, you don't have to change it anyways. There it is. Boom. The name changed. There it is.
Oh, there we
Buddy,
go.
see-
Woo! I love it. I love it. All right. Who's up next?
You got me. I got the Lions trade in the pick.
Okay. And then to who?
I'm waiting for it.
Oh, I thought you were going to announce. I was
The Lions trade to pick number 15 with the Patriots, and they picked themselves up Micah Parsons, the linebacker, at 15 where he belongs. from Penn State.
All right.
I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all.
All right, do we have any more, or was it just us? All right, guys, there you have it. Perfect timing. We were up against the clock, not clock. All right, guys, I want to thank you all so much for joining in on the conversations on all of our social media at Woodward Sports. And for everybody who gave us a call, thank you so much. We love to hear from you guys. Ethan, Carlos, Kevin, congrats on the win. Art made out like a bandit on that. So for Art, he's not even here anymore with us. He's roaming the hallways. For Fish, for Luke, for Eazy D, for D-Mac, for Tom Mazawey. I'm Pilar Lastra. We'll see you guys tonight, my friends. Enjoy the draft.
Tomorrow. Yes.
Be there.